I'm talking about one thing honestly. Everybody is not able to understand the language of love, compassion, kindness, right? So sometimes there are people who understand the rude word. So yes, of course, if I have to speak the rude word for their welfare, for my welfare, then definitely I speak rude. Oh, what do we mean by rude in our society?
What do we mean? So it depends on the person, because you can't define what is being rude. It depends on the situation, right? If you ask me, I have a different opinion of people who are rude, you have a different opinion. So there is no one classic definition of someone who is being rude,
Mhm.
because now I know the truth that people don't usually mean what they say. So they have become more and more shrewd.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, have you gone through the topic of the day?
No, I don't know anything about topic.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, I'll tell you. The topic is dealing with rude people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so are you comfortable with that? Should we start?
Yeah. I'm comfortable with.
Okay, great. Have you ever dealt with some rude people that you still remember of?
Yeah. Yeah. It is very normal thing in society nowadays. I think not only nowadays. It has been the part of society since time of immemorial. People are rude. People are different, right? Like they have hidden agenda.
Right.
So kind of yes. All I have met people. I have been meeting people on daily basis.
Okay. So, how
Mhm.
do you usually deal with such people? How do you react or deal with these people?
No, I do not react to the situation. I just respond, right? And more than that, I it depends on situation, what the situation needed. So sometimes I normally ignore the people, and I think ignoring is the strongest way to deal with people like them.
Correct. Right. Okay. But is it necessary to learn how to deal with rude people? Is it necessary?
No, if you do not want to make your life complex, then it is not necessary. If you want to make your life complex, then definitely go and react with the people. Otherwise, yeah, respond. Just don't give any kind of attention to these kinds of people. That's the simple. And it's a very simple way to live a life. Once you are giving attention to the rude people or narcissistic people, your life is going to be more complex than ever before. So just I have a one agenda that I go with. Never give any kind of attention to rude, narcissistic, or these kinds of people.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And second thing is, my question was, is it necessary how to learn to deal with rude people?
Why would
So,
I spend my precious time to learning how to deal with rude people or people like that? I have lots
but
of things in my life to learn.
if you don't know how to deal with rude people and you come across someone who talks rudely with you, then how would you know about how to react or not to react? So you should be aware of the situations.
I'm, of course, I'm aware of the situation and I know how to deal with also. So I mean, if somebody with now what is happening, I'm not always answering the particular question. I'm asking the universal question at the same point of time. For example, right now everybody is learning everything. Look at the internet. You are being learned how to treat with your uncle, how to treat with your father, how to cousin, everything. I don't know where this world has come. People doesn't have sense even to understand how to deal with these things. Small things
Okay.
are being learned and being asked question. I have a great learners of Quora, and I see the questions on Quora. I am shocked where the society is going. What kind of question is people putting on these platforms? Such a nonsense question, and humanity is just complexing these simple questions.
Okay. Have you ever been rude to someone?
I think yeah, if situation demands me to be rude, then I become rude. Because
Okay.
see, I'm talking about one thing honestly. Everybody is not able to understand the language of love, compassion, kindness, right? So sometimes there are people who understand the rude word. So yes, of course, if I have to speak the rude word for their welfare, for my welfare, then definitely I speak rude words.
You talk rudely. But have you ever regretted being rude after a while?
Yeah, sometimes happens.
It happens
Yeah,
because we are also humans. So
yeah, we are also
that
humans.
okay. But in your opinion, what are some of the creative ways in which characters in books and shows have dealt with rude people? So if you are into reading or watching a lot of shows, have you ever come across some characters who have innovative ways of dealing with rude people?
No, I don't know about it, but I have little bit experience that I have learned in my life. I just so if I do not give any attention to people like them, I do not respond to them, right? Then it is best way to dealing with them. Otherwise, if I'm
Okay,
gonna, because these are the people who want fuel, and once you are going to fight with them, going to pay attention to them, you are going to make the situation more complex, which is not
correct.
good for your growth, right? So that is the only way that I am using to deal with
Okay,
these people. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't learned any book how to deal with these people. Just I have natural observation, right? I have observed in the society, and from that observation I have learned how to deal with people around me.
okay, fine, fair enough. Last question: what advice would you give someone who is close to you to stop being rude?
Now it is a matter of introspection, retrospection. So one who are going to do this, then only they can overcome these problems. Otherwise, if somebody is not able to go within themselves, they are not pondering about like what is wrong, what is right, whether they have made any mistake, whether they had behaved well with somebody or not, then they are not going to change their behavior, right? So it is kind of matter of introspection, matter of retrospection. Yeah, somebody is capable enough to do that, then only I'm going to pull out some
Okay,
advice for them. I'm going to give them advice that, yeah, do this, do that. Otherwise, I'm not a kind of person who give advice. Advice is very, I think, dirty word right now. You cannot deliver advice
okay,
to anyone because everybody is clever enough. They are intelligent enough to understand what they have to do, and they are doing.
oh, fine. So, since you don't want to get into the vocabulary, I've almost covered everything with this topic. Do you have any questions or doubts?
No, I do not have questions, but I want to ask you, like, what what do we mean by rude in our society?
What do we mean? So, it depends on the person because you can't define what is being rude. It depends on the situation, right? If you ask me, I have a different opinion of people who are rude, you have a different opinion. So, there is no one classic definition of someone who is being rude.
Mhm. Okay. Right.
Okay.
And what do you think about today's society? It is going. It has become more rude than before, or just it is like
See,
before?
I won't use the word rude, but I can use the word shrewd. People have become shrewd. Why? Because according to me, everybody is dual faced.
Mhm.
People say something else and behave in a different way behind our back. So
Mhm.
that's how I think our society has become and is becoming more and more towards, becoming a like hypocrite society. So
Mhm.
that's what I think, because I have come across people who always, they don't seem to be genuine. So we always have to be cautious about what we are saying, where we are going, how we are talking to people. Because now I know the truth that people don't usually mean what they say. So they have become more and more shrewd in today's times.
Mhm.